All right, it's October 31st, 2017. We're here with Eric and Jessica from Josh Mandela's office, the State of Ohio's treasurer, and they're going to talk to us about OhioCheckBook.com. Eric, go ahead.
Good morning, and thank you, Paul and Chris and Connie and Amy. Thank you all for inviting us today. I'm Eric Sinnenberg, along with my colleague Jessica Dragar from the State Treasurer's Office. We're here, and today Concord Township is officially live and online on the OhioCheckBook.com platform. I know that in the past a lot of this information has been online and been available to residents, but today it's actually on our interactive database. And as of today, there are now 826 live sites throughout the state of Ohio, 260 of which are townships, and Concord Township is now the third township in Lake County to be live on the site. So Jessica's going to control some of the quick demo that we're going to do here. And to start, you go to OhioCheckBook.com, and that contains the State of Ohio checkbook, as well as a tab for the pension funds, and then local gov and schools, which is of course what we'll be under today. So when you go to that and click that, there are three ways to get to the actual site. The way that I would not recommend using, it's difficult, although it's kind of cool, is the map, where you see, using the state of Ohio, you click on an area and keep drilling down until you find it. It ends up being a little bit not so user-friendly though. So the two ways that we recommend is to type in the entity's name, and you get to it there. You can also, we'll go that way. Jessica, you can just click on it. There's also an alphabetical list by entity type, where of course Concord's in the townships alphabetically listed. So here is the really nice looking site for Concord Township. It contains 4 years worth of spending information, which, if you see here, the total amount of money, expenditures for the 4 years is listed. And at the top, if you scroll up, it shows that there are 14,000 rows or transactions of separate information, separate individual transactions over the 4 years, of which, for which each one has a transaction date, program description, pay, object description, and amount charged. The reason for the multicolored look is that each of the colors represents a different department within the township. So let's do a very quick, let's go to 2016. If you click on the actual year, you will have month-to-month views, which is a pretty neat feature. And then, so from, that's when you go year to year. Sorry, go back, Jessica. Just reset.
Sorry, I thought you told me.
That's okay, no. And to go back, you can either click on the reset button at the top, or the Concord, the very visually appeasing and pleasing nice Concord Township logo is there, and you can click on that to go back also. Let's do a, if you go to 2016, and let's go to, let's say Parks and Recreation. And this will show you for the entire year, month-to-month spending in that department. And let's pick an individual item.
Sorry.
And this will show a replica check for that item. And again, for all 14,000 transactions over the past 4 years, the same replica check would appear with some more information about the date that payment was made, who it was made to, the amount, so on and so forth. And if any resident has a question, they can click on that and submit it to, I assume, Amy.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of other features with the website. For the sake of brevity, we won't go through them all, but you can search in this table by vendor. I guess we will do one.
Yeah, I just was showing
All
that.
right, so if you put in
bring it up, so.
It's a Google, when we say Google style search bar, so if you put in the first few names of a vendor and it is in fact a vendor, it'll pop up. So like Jessica typed in VERI and Verizon pops up. And if she clicks on it, you probably want to go back home and do that.
Okay, so still 26.
So there are all payments to Verizon over the 4 years by department.
Couldn't go back and find it. Oh, yeah, that's what it's like.
And you can do that with any vendor. So there's other interesting features, but that's for each user to kind of play with as they go online and search.
Question on the
Yes.
4 years, is that rolling, or does that go back 4 years, and then let's say we go 4 years in the future, will it show 8 years? Or will it just be a rolling 4, so you drop the oldest off and then you add the next?
So it can be up to you. I think the most that will actually fit and that looks good on there is probably 6, 7 years. I mean, some I think I've seen 7 or 8. I think that's kind of pushing it. At this point, if you were to add 17 and 18 and maybe have 6, that's probably the limit.
Okay.
And then I would say, yeah, at that point, it's been 6 years, you could probably cut that off and have it roll
So
off.
there's not a functionality limit, it's really on how you want to make the site manageable.
Yes.
Well, I just want to say you guys have been incredible to work with. I mean, through all the different changes, and I've really enjoyed working with you for the past year, and this is something that I feel very strongly about. So thank you so much.
Listen, I want to thank Amy for all your hard work on this, and obviously working with Treasurer Mandel's office. It's a great next step for the township in terms of additional transparency. Obviously, a lot of this information is already available on our website, but in different forms that maybe not as user-friendly. And sort of keeping with the trustees, when Amy had approached us about this probably about a year ago, we were very supportive of working towards this deployment. And it's a kind of, I look at it a lot like what we did with putting our meetings years ago on the internet when we were the first in the county to do that, so that snowbirds could watch our meetings.
Right.
This is the same thing, so it allows our residents to be able to go in and to be able to look at where your dollars and cents are being spent as taxpayers.
Yeah, and it should, I mean, what should happen is it doesn't clarify exactly what the reason for some of those expenditures are. For instance, I think there was one check that popped up there, Lake Geauga Center. It's a reimbursement for them renting our space, and that was their
Security
deposit being reimbursed. But it should ask, you should have some questions with them. You should be able to find some of those answers in our PDF forms and with regards to our legislation that has been passed or approved in the archives that we've had previously in the PDF. But then again, questions, and those questions could be fielded by both the trustees and the fiscal officer, Amy Dawson. So, please go ahead and contact us on those things.
And it's a much easier way for people to get information, and it's a beautiful display. And then Amy has all the answers if they are not answered by what you see online.
It's really more colorful than the PDF form.
Yeah.
It is, yes. A lot more user-friendly, so.
Thank you very much.
So thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you all, and again, on behalf of our office and Treasurer Mandel, thanks for partnering with us and for really being at the highest level of possible transparency that's offered within the state of Ohio to your residents by joining this site.
So, and then this site really is being housed by your office.
Correct. Right.
So all that information is being held, stored, secured with you guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you for taking that burden on.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
And thanks for
Thank
coming
you all.
up.
Yes.
Thanks for coming up and explaining it all to us.
Sure. Good. Thank you.
Thank you.